You are about to listen to an exclusive interview on Maximum Threshold Radio. Thanks for listening to us at MaximumThreshold.net. Horns up, fists in the air.
Trent Reznor style.
Alright, this is Jeff and Michael and Dom, and we're with Tristan from Author and Punisher. How's it going, Tristan?
Good. Glad to be here, man.
How's the turnout been for the tour and the reception for you, man?
It's been great. I heard a lot of comments. I heard a lot of Skrillex and Slayer comments, and I tell them all the fuck off.
Philip H. Anselmo has been raving about you. He said he would rip our nuts off if we didn't check you out.
He will. He's very, yeah, I won't say anything more about that, but, you know, he gets right in there.
So, when you're a young man, not that you're not a young man now, when you're starting off, what are you listening to, man, to get you to this point, to kind of get you started on the whole doom metal? Were you a doom head? Were you a death metal head? Were you kind of electronic guy?
I was, up until like 98, 99, I was mostly like, you know, the kind of Melvins, the early Neurosis stuff, the Godflesh, some of the dirtier, His Hero's Gone, messier stuff, and then, you know, Nile, Cannibal Corpse. But at that point, at the same time, the drum and bass stuff started coming to the U.S. from the U.K. And, like Justin Broderick was doing Techno Animal, and some other bands like that had their crossover in the DJ scene, so I was going to the clubs. And so the darker drum and bass, Ed Rush and Optical from the U.K., and then into now, like Flying Lotus and stuff like that has kind of influenced me, even though it's a much lighter sensibility. I like how organic it sounds, even though it's played on digital means,
Right.
So
is this just a labor of love and tinkering and playing, or did you kind of just say, I'm doing this and I know exactly what I want?
Have you lost because of this thing right here?
Right. I've been married for 8 years, man. It's starting. She's gonna leave me probably in a couple weeks during this tour, but no, it's cool. I mean, I started basically just playing guitar with this pedal board down here, triggering my samples from my laptop, but it was still very sequenced, and I would have to press it and I'd play along with it for a while. I'd press the next part and play along with it for a while, and there was just something that when you play it live, it's got that extra millisecond of drag, and so I was like, it needs to be more live, so I kind of just went back to art school after working engineering and kind of made a machine that was these airplane throttles to basically manipulate bass, and really grab onto it and then cross the tones over, and I'd tweak the sound so it was really growly, like, and just that's all I did. And then from there I realized that I could make my own controllers for my whole body, use my left hand, use my right hand, use my mouth, use my feet. It's kind of ridiculous, like circus thing, but it'd be more organic. Yeah.
And Women and Children's new album, right?
Women and Children's new album is the second album that's kind of like designed on this set of instruments. This is like my second set of instruments. And some of the songs were, I did for like galleries and stuff where I'd play on a piano and I would play some of my machines, and it kind of developed into. So this is a very diverse album compared to some of the past ones.
What's this behind you? Is this what you make the Man of War loincloths on?
Fuck, I don't even know what that is.
Do you make the Devo Energy Dome helmets on that?
Yeah, this is my drum machine, my manual drum machine. So it's like a slicer, essentially. I've got 8 buttons. You can't really see them, but it always knows its position depending on which combination of buttons I'm pressing, from the back to the front. You can kind of hear it,
yeah.
And it just allows me to do this kind of cyclical motion while I'm playing. I can adjust the length of it by sliding this thing, by turning this knob, so I get kind of a longer throw for the heavier stuff. It's like slower, and some of it, I like a lot of breakcore, like European breakcore, and so I can.
How long have you been on this tour with these guys?
6 days. This is the 6th day.
How many times has Phil's junk replaced that giant fucking hog of his? Has he put it in there yet?
So far, I've fended him off, but I got a couple of bodyguards, but they're starting to lose. He's pretty forceful.
Now, who do you get to help you? Who do you get to help you do this? Is this all yours? Is all your?
This is all me.
There?
I work at engineering job at UCSD, the university, and they're kind enough to allow me to tour. But I have a good network within the university of machine shops. The Navy's out in San Diego, so they do a lot of like fabrications. So I kind of find my way in there. I give donuts to guys. I give beer to these Mexican dudes who do my anodizing to make this like aluminum black. Because I don't have a lot of. I mean,
I told you the Mexicans pay off.
Dude, yeah. Anyway, it's a good relationship. So.
That almost looks like a screw from a screw machine that you would turn it in to make the parts and stuff.
My dad's company made these parts and these rails when I was a kid. He'd bring these things home. So I kind of always use
like a turret lathe almost.
Yeah.
I worked on one of those 5 years, still got all my fingers in it.
Exactly, and it has the same component in there, the linear encoder, the glass encoder, so you know where your position is on the lathe or the mill. Yeah. That's exactly the same components. I like those because they're manual, like those machines when you're working them, every knob has the right amount of resistance. Yep. And it's just not like this plastic. This thing is a piece of shit, for sure. I already broke it. But I don't mind because I can replace it. So eventually I'm probably going to build my own. This piano is kind of my core instrument. I'll build my own one of these that's heavier, more industrial,
So Tristan, where can everybody find out all your tour dates, merchandise, all the info with Author and Punisher? Where can we go to see that?
The main one will be authorandpunisher.com or the facebook.com/authorandpunisher.
Cool.
So yeah, that's the one.
Cool. Well, we appreciate it, man. We'll let you relax. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your night here before you get going, man.
Thank you.
And before you go, you do a promo ID for us. Just say who you are, the name of the band, you're listening to Maximum Threshold, and anything else you want at the end.
This is Tristan Shone from Author and Punisher. You're listening to Maximum Threshold.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You have just listened to an exclusive interview on Maximum Threshold Radio. Thanks for listening, and please visit us at MaximumThreshold.net.